What's good? This is Marcus the Fingaz. I am a music composer and producer focusing on sync licensing and movie trailer music, and this is the Syncrets To Success podcast. And in this episode, I'm going to review the Epic Brass 0G Epic Brass library. I'm not really going to review it. I'm just going to play some sounds from it because I've been using it on a couple of projects. What I really like about this plugin is that it is not a sampled instrument. These are sounds that were created by, I forgot the creator's name, forgive me, 0G team. But it sounds that were created by his name. Let me get his name because I don't want to mess this up. Epic Brass. 0G Epic Brass. 0G Epic Brass. Ergo, E-R-G-O, Kuki, K-U, I might have messed up his last name, E-R-G-O-K-U-K-K-E. And these sounds are not sampled instruments, so that's what I really like about it. They're synthesized from scratch. So they have a blend of like synth / brass sounds, and I use it actually layered under brass sounds, especially in the trailer music space. So check out, before we get into me playing more of these sounds, check out the links in the description. You can check out Epic Brass. There's a link for that in the description, and also check out some other resources that I use and offer in the sync licensing space. So I'm just going to mute the microphone and play through some of these sounds and then share some thoughts. One thing to note, I'm still using, I did have a preview version of this plugin, so you might see some different settings in the actual public release version than that's in my preview version, but still the sounds are still insane. All right, here we go. Now these next two I use the most. I've had this plugin for a couple weeks now. I believe Epic Hip Hop and the Most Epic, which I'll get to shortly. I use those sounds the most so far. Again, these are more synth brass sounds as opposed to just straight horns. These are created from scratch. They are not sampled. Yeah, I think I might even use one, the most epic one. Let's see what Most Epic 2 sounds like. I take that back. Between those two, I use both of those the most. And that's just individual instruments. I can also go into the snapshots and play some of those. I won't play through all of them. I'll just jump through a couple. Actually, that's not working. Let's see if any of these. Again, I am using still. Okay, so I don't think the snapshots aren't going to work right now. I'm still using the beta version of this plugin, even though it is out for public release. So I have to talk to Zero G to get me the public release version. But as far as the individual instruments, you see my favorites here. I'm going to go to Most Epic 2, and then I'm going to just show. And also the plugin is slightly different in the release version. I believe there's more settings to control and operate. But I'm going to just dive in. We have attack, so it'll fade in if I bring up the attack. So it sounds like this right now. If I bring up the attack, see how it fades in? Decay. Bring that down. Has a longer decay. We have EQ here. So if I want to program that, might have blown your speakers away. Sorry. Like more of like a Brahm type sound. Or just have it more high end, and I can bring up the high end to have it more on the high end. Then we have sustain and release. So you hear a little bit of sustain happening there. Release, you'll definitely hear it's going to cut off. If I turn it all the way down, it'll cut off when I let go of the note. So you have some sound design capabilities. If I turn it up, it'll just, when I play the note and immediately let go, it'll ring out longer. Yeah, so that was unnecessarily long. Hit that note. And then if I bring in the control settings, again, they might be a little different now, I think, in the new plugin. And again, the snapshots will be different. I just don't have it loaded up because I'm using still the beta version of it. But I can adjust volume. I typically like to do control click or right click and use my volume pedal so I can do something like this. And now my volume pedal will control, where's my camera? Right here. The volume pedal will do like this with my foot, and I can control the volume. Then we have pan, left and right, and in between. Then we have width, mono, stereo, or super wide. Then we have some reverb, HP. I can make the reverb wet. And we can adjust reverb size here. Sorry, that's loud. But yeah, I really like these sounds. I layer them with my normal like orchestral horn sounds, but these are more like the synth layer that I put on top of them. Really great for sync also. Like sports. There you go. I should turn up the release. Shout out to Zero G. They are working on a lot of incredible stuff coming soon by the end of the year. Epic Brass, this has been added to my sort of brass layer, especially my synth brass layer. And I really like having this under sort of the orchestral brass instruments or just as a standalone, as a layer. Especially it works well in hip hop. Of course, works well in the orchestral stuff, the trailer stuff. Epic, again, my two favorite, Most Epic 1 and 2. And I didn't even realize about the snapshot. So I have to make sure I get those snapshots loaded up for you. But yeah, definitely check out Epic Brass from Zero G. Check the links in the description where you can find a link to purchase and check it out. And I think it's still currently on sale. Just came out maybe a couple weeks ago. So definitely check that out. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe to this channel. I have more reviews on the way, more interviews, more insight into the sync and trailer space. Thank you for tuning in. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right, peace.